Herdsmen, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, the EJ love. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it down. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect it bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani orianya nine oria nine nke purita kwa samado dendo nihi na obu nani gibonye na agwo oria anyi we na akpoku gị onwe gị busumile nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpete mazụ nya ha sogo tutere nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site na ebighị ebi mara ebighị ebi ise mama dịrị gị Chineke mama dịrị gị Chineke.
Are you still fighting the struggle to have independence for Biafra?
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation. We are fighting in terms of our belief. We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free. Because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. Right now, we can't do that because of how Nigeria is structured and because of the very flawed foundations upon which Nigeria is.
You called for a referendum latest this year, November, you said, I think.
Yes.
If that doesn't happen, what's the way forward? Because the way it looks like the government will definitely not agree to that.
Then there'll be no elections in Biafra land. No more elections here. They can put whoever they like in office. They can do whatever they like with their political positions. We will not engage in any political process.
You said it's a peaceful struggle, but
yes.
There are some videos of you appearing in the past, especially abroad, in particular in one conference in the US, where you said you need weapons to defend yourself, you need guns and ammunition. How can we understand that in the context that you're saying it's a peaceful struggle?
I'm sure you've heard about the Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. Have you heard about it? Exactly. So how do you intend to defend yourself against Fulani headsmen without guns and bullets? They'll be killing our people, raping our women, destroying crops in the farms, and no one does anything about it. Is that how human beings are supposed to live?
So, and you have the right to arm yourself and defend yourself with arms in that context?
Self-defense is recognized even by all the known laws of the UN. Is that not correct? We have the right. If somebody were to barge into this very interview and are wielding a machete or an AK-47, are you suggesting we should let them get away with it?
You were detained for almost 2 years, from 2015 on, and actually there was no trial. No trial ever happened, and despite several court rulings that said you were supposed to be released, you were not released.
Yes.
Do you think you were treated in a fair way by the government? Or rather also by the justice system?
No, not fairly, because Nigeria is not a civilized country. People behave like animals. They are not reasonable enough. They're not disciplined enough. They are not mentally developed enough to run a transparent civil society. For them, they have a feudal mindset where you have the ruling class and, a multitude of poverty-stricken people who never utters any word in rebellion or to even ask questions about their plight. That is one thing we are determined to challenge.
Don't you think you insult a lot of Nigerians with that?
I'm being very kind, to be honest. I could have used far more harsher words to describe them. I'm being very kind.
So generally you don't think very positive of your countrymen then, obviously?
They are not... When you say positive, no, as individuals, perhaps there are a few good people amongst them. But as a collective, this is an absolute mess. And you can see for yourself. Didn't you go through the roads and see how horrible they are? Didn't you see how unkempt everywhere is? How filthy and dirty everywhere is? That is the product of a Nigerian system that is uniquely backwards, even by the very third world standards of Black Africa. That's the fact, and people must face up to it.
Well, I traveled in the north quite extensively, and I went to very remote areas sometimes where you would still find Igbo people living there, peaceful together with communities in the north. Don't you sometimes think that you might endanger their peaceful coexistence with the communities there, that they might get into trouble with that?
So if they're living so peacefully together, or cohabiting so peacefully as you put it, how come you hear about all those uprisings in the north where southern Christians are being slaughtered and nothing gets done about it? Are you telling me that that is normal? People are in the north out of a dire need, necessity more or less, to try and survive. Because here, the entire production process has been emasculated by people and policies that are geared towards ensuring that our people exist in perpetual state of poverty. And that is unacceptable to us. What we're asking the world to recognize is that we want to live in peace, not in pieces. We want to live in peace, just to allow us to be. Allow Biafra to exist. We were existing before the British came. Just allow us to go back to, what we were before. No African came to Europe to create countries. So for somebody to just come in here and say, you, from today your name is Nigeria is simply laughable.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this very evening section. I welcome every one of you that have connected to us wherever you are connecting. Please like and share the program as you join us. Like and share to your friends, like and share to your family members, like and share to everyone that you know that has to be here and hear us. Inform them and let them know that we're here. Click like, share on your platform. I appreciate everyone that has connected so far. Wherever you are joining us from, I welcome you and I appreciate you. I can see Ochiegana Anselm. I can see Ochiegana Anselm. Thank you so much for joining. I see my brother Gerard DK. Thank you so much for joining, Gerard. You're always here.
I appreciate you, my brother Gerard. Thank you so much for being there. So I welcome everyone that has connected to this very evening section. I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program. I urge you to like and share. And I want to remind you once again that in this platform, we don't come to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here for any propaganda or blackmail. All we do here is to present Biafra to the world as a remedy to the failed state Nigeria. Nigeria is a failed state, remain a failed state. It is not a propaganda. It is not a mere hearsay. It is the truth and nothing but the truth. So we are here to expose the failed state Nigeria to the world and give them a solution, which is Biafra, the only remedy to save life. Because of the destructive diversity you have in Nigeria, the only solution have remained Biafra and nothing else but Biafra. So I appreciate everyone that have joined us wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you. She Bobo, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I welcome every one of you and I wish you all a very, very happy weekend. It is a weekend that we all have to rest, so we're going to hit it on. I'm not going to spend more than 1 hour here, 1 hour or some minutes, then we're going to leave. Then people can go about their daily businesses or take their rest and enjoy their weekend. So, my fellow Biafrans, we have come today, this evening, to speak on issues that concern us. We continue to expose the evil that Nigeria is planning against us with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in danger. It is not a blackmail. It is not a propaganda. It is not trying to seek attention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in danger. Assassination plots leaked. International community must act now. International community must act now. When we are talking about these issues, it is not to seek for sympathy. It is not to seek for favor. It is not to seek for attention. It is the truth, undeniable truth, that everybody must pay attention to. And we will continue to speak this truth until something is done. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by his own self, made that call and said that the federal government of Nigeria is intentionally poisoning him and allowing his health to deteriorate. They want to make sure that their poison gets into his body, and when he becomes so weak that he can't be able to fight it again, they will now allow him and release him to go and die. This is the plan of the federal government of Nigeria. We know that this plan is on, and we will not be silent. That is why, for the first time, Showore went and made a move of protest. That protest you see Showore organize, he didn't just organize it for fun. Showore did not put his political career on the line for fun or for entertainment or to seek person. It is because of his closeness to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what he has seen. He has talked about it, the system that Nigeria used to poison people they don't like. They did it to Fela. They did it to, what's his name? They did it to Fela. They did it to Abiola. And they try to do that to Showore also. And so many other people that they have silenced. So many other people they have poisoned. And today Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in their net. Only the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama is still keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up to this moment. Right from the time they kidnapped him from Kenya, they gave him a very they give him a substance that is like red wine, a substance that he doesn't know what it is. Up to today, they have not been able to explain to us what is the content of the wine they gave him. So, and you see the way they are also playing with health. He wants to go for medical treatment and they don't want him to go for medical treatment. All these things is targeted at his life. They want to make sure that they do everything humanly possible to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with them until he can no longer fight by himself. And we will not allow that to happen. Every Biafran, wherever you are, you must know that we owe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a duty to continue to speak up. Continue to speak up the best way you can. Don't say you didn't hear. Don't say you didn't know. We must continue to speak up the best way we can. They are poisoning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the assassination plot is going on. They want to assassinate him in the way that they will not be found guilty. But I bet you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken about it. Everybody is talking about it. We are calling on international community to pay attention. Nigeria is a terrorist country. Nigeria is a terrorist country run by terrorists. It is not a blackmail. I am not just saying it because of emotion. No, I'm not saying that of emotion. I'm not saying it as a fake news. I'm not saying that's a propaganda. This is something that was confirmed by a legitimate court in Canada. Canada is not like just any other country. Canada is a very civilized country where things are working. If a Canadian court can come together and say that the ruling parties in Nigeria are terrorist organization, what else do you want me to say? What else do you want me to say? So to back up what the Canadian court have said, we are bringing all this information. There are so many things to back it up, so many revelations that have come. So many revelations. Every single atrocity that is happening in Nigeria today is being conducted by the terrorists themselves. Every single atrocity that is happening today is being engineered and sponsored by Nigerian government, a terrorist government. And when we say these things, people think we are making it up. We are not making it up. It is the truth. Only the truth and nothing but the truth. They don't want to hear it. They don't want us to say it, but we will not stop saying it because it is a truth that cannot be hidden. The Nigerian government is a terrorist government, and they continue to carry their terrorist activities against the innocent people every blessed day. Every single day, they are carrying out the terrorist agenda, terrorist activity against innocent people. And you want us to keep silent and pretend all is well. We can never, ever succumb. We can never, ever pretend that all is well when everything is wrong. Today, they plan to execute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They plan to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is a state-planned thing. The state itself is the one organizing a plan to eliminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why they have rejected his approach to go to court and treat himself, to go to the hospital, not abroad, in that same contraption called Nigeria, just to go and treat himself. They do not want him to treat himself. They have refused him from going to get proper medical treatment. The only thing that can make them to reject Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going for medical treatment is because they want him to die. Because it is the right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get proper medical treatment. It is his right to access proper medical treatment. When we say these things, we are not saying that of emotion. We are not just saying it because maybe we want to talk or because we want to make the noise. No, it is a fact. It is a truth, an undeniable truth. So it does not matter what anybody says or how you say it. The truth will always remain the truth. That Nigerian government is a terrorist government. And the only thing the international community will do now is to weigh in. Weigh in, come to the aid of the ordinary people in Nigeria. Come to the aid of ordinary people and stop sponsoring and conniving with this terrorist country against innocent citizens. Every one of us saw how they were able to convince Finland. And today, Finland have joined in the group of the terrorist countries, and they are terrorizing their own citizens. Mazi Simon Ekpa. Today, Mazi Simon Ekpa is suffering for something he knows nothing about. Mazi Simon Ekpa has been falsely accused, and today he is facing persecution in Finland. He is facing persecution in Finland. Nigeria is a terrorist nation. Look at the way the Showore was treated. Imagine the way Showore was treated. A man whose only crime was that he is asking the country to obey their own law. Obey your own law. Obey your law. That is the only thing Showore requested. Instead of listening to him, they went ahead to attack him. And I would like to try as much as I can to bring up the press release and what was spoken by some people who were eyewitnesses to the attack on Showore. We cannot continue to keep quiet to all this. We cannot continue to pretend all is well. We cannot continue to pretend all is well. Every one of them that are involved in this criminality must be exposed, and we will continue to show the world what is going on in Nigeria. If they pretend they do not know, we have to bring it before them. We have to continue to bring these informations before the whole world to tell them what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria. Because we can be silenced. The world cannot pretend anymore. How long will they pretend? How many people do they want to die before they begin to react? How many people do the world want to see dead before they will take action? How many people we ask? That is the question everybody's asking. How many more people need to die before the world will take action? How many more people do you need to lose their life before you will take and listen, before you will sanction Nigeria? I want us to pay attention to this very video. So many of you have seen it, but we still have to show it to those who have not seen it. It is not only Biafrans that are watching this program. We have international communities. We have some international observers that are watching us. We have many international observers watching us. So we have to be playing these videos over and over, including Finland that is joining the terrorist country. Finland that is joining the terrorist country, and they are criminalizing self-determination. They should pay attention. I know they have agents that are watching our programs. That is why we play it over and over again. If they didn't see it from Mr. B, they will see it from Mr. A. If they see it from Mr. A, they will see Mr. C. We will continue to play it, and we will never get tired.
It's not any legal process. In the premise it's not any legal process. Can you introduce yourself? Yes, I'm talking about Emoku. I was with Showore yesterday when he was arrested, and he was taken to these people's office, and we were together all through the day, but he was detained. What happened there today? Let me just tell you what happened there today. The judiciary today, I think they were disappointed at the order of the court. They didn't expect the court. They expected the court to either deny bail, or if it's going to grant bail, to give conditions that the defendants will not be able to meet. The minute they discovered that the bail terms were so liberal, and that in the next few minutes, the defendant will be on their way home. That was why they hatched that plan. That IPO, CSP, Iliasu, Barao, came there to cause commotion. Look at my hand. When we're struggling, this is blood. Yes. He came to cause commotion. They came to activate provocation. They wanted to provoke. It is not, there is no route. And for you to know that it was a plan war, the police officer who was there laughing with all of us that is also blood on his beak. Yes. Who said it's also a comrade. He just came, with a piece of paper. We could not even accept what he says. And we put one fundamental question that look, if Showore and all of these persons are not able to perfect their bid, and they are going to be remanded, they are going to prison. Where are the prison officers? Yesterday you receive us when we were leaving city command. You said we are going to see the IG. But we saw the gate of Abatua and IRC. So they are not, we said, where are the prison officers? At that point, you could not answer that question. And by law, they signal to all of them, when the people, they confronted everybody, they destroyed the food sellers table, they even have doctors of people. Yes, and by law. Who said they were calling? Look, we are not sure of the safety. We are not sure of the safety. It was reported who has been granted bail to the prison, not the phone. My name is Charles Ebe Ilope. I'm a legal practitioner. With what I saw here today, I got so disappointed and frustrated because what we're seeing in this society, as if we're in a get-up society, which is not. They try to harass each and every one of us. The court has granted bail. Yes. The next thing, they brought a document and we asked we want to see the content of this document. They insisted that no, we will not see. Let's know the place that the court has ordered that the defendant be taken to. They refused to show it to us. We insisted that that document is a public document that we had the right to see. Even Shawara himself insisted that he needed to see, and they refused. The next thing, they were warning all of us, threatening us, wanting to beat us up because we want to fight for our rights as a country. This is the time we shall need to prove to the world that Nigeria is not a minority. We are talking about countries. Somebody, listen, I'm telling you that this people is an affront to the judiciary. And when we are talking about judiciary, we are talking about the bench and the bar. We are not calling them DA. Look at a colleague that came to do his professional work. Stain in blood. You stain the color with blood. We are talking about in court premises. We are a judge. You came to this court that a purported court order was surveyed. Now you, knowing that the Australian was holding the magistrate court. So I was waiting for those legal. It was when a lawyer that served my chamber and they saw these people that the police were talking about. Now called what happened with now. So you know the court. I saw that lawyer and some other person. So the magistrate court and there now. Please go. That was when I started to call. So the fact you rush from town to they have arranged them without allowing them to take them. They do not take them. So, and the effect of this kind, where somebody will be remanded, so we asked, what about the item that wouldn't taking them back? But when I was coming, I saw them, their comfort, taking them back. Some are not, don't talk about this, but don't show it called, so we decided to try that. Because they reminded them as I don't them on Tuesday to Friday. When they know that no counsel speak for them. So we now try that. So now, the people now say, they said that if it's not arrested, so it's like we are doing this. So we can they got arrested what was they said that they committed contempt of court. Now it's very, very shameful that IGP that arrest young lawyers, that police lawyers that we are called back a couple of months ago, that we are advising them. I did not allow police advise them properly because once you commit contempt of court, you don't arrest the person that committed the contempt of court. It's the court. You go back to the court to say, my boss, see this Mr. A who violated their court order. They have violated my lord, what have them for them? My lord, what do you do for them? It's my lord that will order that arrest him, not to take him to court, bring him to that court. My lord will not ask him, why did you violate my court order? The court now remind the person.
Now, today there have been granted bail. What is their bail condition like?
The bail condition, of course, ordinary. Someone like you, the presidential contested the president.
So you mean that the bail condition was fair enough?
So that you granted them personal recognition for the charge. Two, avoid the matter. Avoid the other security. The house is number. You're supposed to be granted them. Other people probably that are not known for whatever that ask but whichever that is the case, then that is the decision of the court, and the court have granted them. We are here to granted them. That's what we are.
Now I want to put one question to you, Councillor. Do you think that the federal government, who has abused court judgment, stand the chance to benefit from any court order against anybody?
In the first instance, this particular government, certain instances, this is the first time non-contested. Because as the students, I started protesting in 1984. We have been protesting after the military. But when this government came, they started by military want to protest. They will now recruit counter protesters and arm them to attack protesters. They have been doing, you can see one of our government. When they went to protest in the national management, the federal government protected, gave those counter protesters security, police, anything.
Now, will it be wrong? Will it be wrong to say? Will it be wrong, Council, to say that this government is a government of bandits and terrorists? With their behavior.
What the only thing I can say that this government that and police and the punish those who are exercising their fundamental rights because they can't. The number of canisters and jaggers they throw in on 20 on this protesters. They I think that the police is not seeing that the kind of gunshots they shot on the kind of police they deployed on that day, I think that they deployed as that will not like that.
Thank you very much, Council. Fellow Nigerians, you've heard it from the horse's mouth. Only God knows where his government will take us to. Only time shall tell as we cross our fingers to watch as events unfold. Thank you very much.
You have just heard what transpired. And this is the situation of Nigeria. A lawless place. Very, very lawless. There is nothing to write home about the Zoological Republic called Nigeria. And I want to also play a video that Sowore made before he was arrested. Before Sowore was arrested, there was a video he made where he was complaining about the attitude of these very criminals that call themselves whatever. They call themselves country. This very criminal country. Sowore made a video before his arrest exposing the terror.
We should bring back every police who will retire and make them come with good product. Other people's chances. Block the chances of everybody to make progress. Because if the Yoruba man talking other police officers, don't turn Nigeria police to Yoruba police. Nobody will get police 40 years, no will come out. How do other people make progress in the police? Others should progress. Others should be allowed to go. How do others make progress in the police force? I'm telling you, it's to the extent.
That was Sowore speaking. And you can see that they injured him, they broke his arm. If you see the picture I was showing in the other video I played, they broke his arm. You see Sowore speaking. Even this man today that is there as the police IG or whatever, has retired. A retired man that is not supposed to be there. Everything about Nigeria is illegal. Everything. From the police to the army to whatever they are using. They don't even have that legal stance to do anything there. That is why you see how they act like Agberos. They went to kidnap people with 50 policemen. It is so sad. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria has come to end people's life. You see what they did to Sowore? The same thing is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing. The same fate is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing. And that is why any place you are, you must not stop speaking. We must not stop speaking. We will continue to speak, add your voice. Because these people are not going to stop. They are not going to stop. They will never stop. You think they will stop? They will never stop. I want us to hear the public view on what transpired. Let us watch the public view, what the Nigerian public is saying about this thing that just happened, about this illegality of Nigeria terrorist government. Let us hear what the public are saying about it.
So, who is always struggling for the betterment of the country. His struggles, he's always coming out, creating awareness, talking to the youth, to the need to wake up and do the right thing. And I see it as, for instance, in a democracy, protests is only legitimate means to express one's frustration. So what he's doing is in order, and I see it as a way of enlightening Nigerians to also do the same.
He started this journey in the early 90s. He has dealt with the military down to this democratic dispensation. So I think for me, despite he might have his own flaws, but then I think should be a role model. You understand? A moral compass for everybody that wants to have a better country. I voted for him the last time, and I'll still do the same thing, and I'll mobilize for people to vote for him.
As somebody who has been yearning for good governance for several years now, so I believe that he will bring his own experience to come to bear in the governance of our country.
Clearly diverse perspectives from our Nigerian.
Now you can see the Nigerian public are following. That is one important thing that this very move that Showore made did. One important thing that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing today is to create awareness. People have begun to realize that this is not just about the Biafran people. This is not just about an Igbo man. It is something that has to do with every individual in that contraption. Some people have now begun to understand that the quest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is pursuing is not a selfish one. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for the freedom of every indigenous person in that zoological republic. Every indigenous person. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is fighting for justice for all. And that is why Showore keyed in into it. And today, that move of Showore have made people to realize how important it is to support the demand for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How important it is for everybody to add their voice. How long are you going to continue to pretend? How long are you going to continue to be afraid? How long will you continue to be afraid? Did you think fear can save you? Fear will not save you. And when you look at the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking the bull by the horn, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be inside there, up to the extent of saying that he will defend himself, what about you that is free? What about you that have some little freedom? You that have some little freedom, you are afraid. You are afraid. You don't want them to call you terrorists. You don't want them to do this. Don't want them to do this. Come out and protest. You cannot come out and protest. But look at people putting their life on the line. Look at Showore, put his career on the line. The same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the same thing Mazi Simon Ekpa did. These are people, men of a kind, put their life on the line for the freedom of the people. What are you doing on your own? Instead, you are busy chasing propaganda, blackmail. You are following saga. Some of you are busy following comedy. You are following comedy, acting comedy. Go and look, most of them that are comedians, even from Biafra land, content creators, you can never tell them share what is happening in our land. The only time they share Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is when they want to get view. When they see that the story of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making wave, they share it just to promote their view. But critical informations about the Biafran people, critical information about the suffering of the people, you can never see them share it on their platform. Many content creators, Igbo content creators, go to their platform. The only time they share is when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court because they know it will go viral. After the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, every one of them will forget about it. They will not talk about it. They will not talk about the problems in the country. They will not talk about the kidnapping and terrorism. They will pretend they are not hearing about and seeing about it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has taken the bull by the horn. And I bet you Nigeria will never ever survive this. They have been surviving every other one. They will never say, now you see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have mentioned all of them, their names. And he's not stopping. If you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is stopping, he's not going to stop. And every single one of them that he has mentioned, we are expecting to see them in court. Definitely. Let's watch this video and hear what they are saying in their own conventional media. We will continue to bring information.
I was wondering when it came to a point that he said he has to open up his defense and close in 6 days. How possible would that be for somebody who wants to call witnesses that will be examined and cross-examined now he has opened it up now to say that I was wondering, except maybe the judge would have to be doing 24 hours every day for 23 witnesses to come up and give evidence in a case that is critical and of national importance.
You see, this man is talking about the illegality of Nigeria, their wickedness. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have pulled all the trigger. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pulled all the trigger to expose everything that has to do with Nigeria. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, I will destroy Nigeria with just a microphone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, I will destroy Nigeria with the truth. And that is what is happening. The end of Nigeria has come. With truth, not with bullets, not with guns. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is strangling Nigeria with truth. As they are holding him captive, he is destroying Nigeria. You can imagine they gave him only 6 days. They gave him only 6 days to defend himself after they have spent almost 10 years in his case. They have spent almost 10 years doing nothing. But now they want him to use 6 days to defend himself. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have named 20-something people, about 23 witnesses on his case. And these 23 witnesses must appear in court. They must appear. Because what they are charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is treason. It's not a little case. It's a case that is drawing international attention. It's a case that everybody is interested in. So they must give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ample time to defend himself, either by himself or with his lawyers. They said they gave him 5 days, 6 days. You gave him 6 days. 2 days are gone already. So you want him to both defend himself and cross-examination for 4 days. Is that not madness? That is pure madness. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu demanded for 90 days. So even when you see that they gave him 6 days to defend himself, when they themselves who accused Mazi Nnamdi, spent more than almost 10 years. They spent almost 10 years looking for something to accuse Mazi Nnamdi, looking for fact everywhere. 10 years, they spent 10 years looking for evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in defense, they gave him only 6 days. Let's hear what this man got to say. And I bet you they will never succeed.
I was wondering when it came to a point that they said he has to open up his defense and close in 6 days. How possible would that be for somebody who would want to call witnesses that would be examined and cross-examined? So now he has opened it up now to say that I was wondering, except maybe the judge would have to be doing 24 hours every day for 23 witnesses to come up and give evidence in a case that is critical and of national importance. So to that extent, I suppose that the court, the honorable court, would also take a second look at the prayer and extend the time frame to accommodate this defense witnesses. And secondly, for the first time in my years of covering the judiciary, this jolted me because up till now, I kept asking myself, what questions would the accused person would be asking somebody like the Attorney General,
wait until then.
Minister.
Wait until
Could
then.
it be that there was kind of underhand dates that we don't know?
But do you think that these names that mentioned, do you think that these men were here?
Of course, if there's someone, if there's subpoena carries a penalty if you decide not to come. It is compelling for you to come when you are someone. So, because they're going to serve them, and if they fail to come, there's consequence. That's contempt. You know. So, for me, I was wondering. Sometimes when we talk here, we say nothing is beyond politically exposed people. It's just like I have a feeling that guy is likely to open up a Pandora box. And they will not likely allow this to go.
You see, they
But
are
I think that actually is
they are afraid already. And what he said is right. They say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is about to open up the Pandora box. And that is what is about to happen. Those names that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned, look at him. He's in the media. He pretends not to know what is said or what is going on. Of course, that is how they will speak because they're in the zoo. But so many of us know what the role these people played. So many of us know the role they played, both in the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, assassination of Biafrans, attack of home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These people he mentioned are active participants in terrorism. These people he called them, they all actively participated in terrorism in Nigeria. And now, you now understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made that mention. You see, in their media, they are speaking about it and they are scared that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is about to open a Pandora box. And he will definitely open Pandora box. He has already said it. Even if they want to take his life, he is going to open the Pandora box before then. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, it is either Biafra or death. And before he goes, he will release every single thing that he needs to do. They haven't seen nothing yet. Every single one of them will come and answer for themselves. And after then, the whole world is paying attention and they will see
There's
this.
nothing is beyond politically exposed people. It's just like, I have a feeling that that guy is likely to open up a Pandora box. And they will not likely allow this to go.
and if that actually is being, if that happens, if they do not allow the box according to what he said now to be open, what does that entail in that case? We're not trying to preempt the court at this point.
Of course, I'm not going to be running out of subdivision.
So what does that entail? It may be.
Well, what I see is that a case is taking a new dimension. Okay.
Now you see, the case of our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking a new dimension. They cannot run away from it. The option was there for them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. The option was there, has always been there, and they rejected it. Today, the case have taken a new turn. When you see, there are certain things that the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot say. There are some information they cannot mention. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took up the challenge by himself. Some of us, when you hear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to stand for himself, want to defend it, some people be talking trash and talking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just our leader. He is a very intelligent man, very spiritual, highly connected, very educated. And every single move Mazi Nnamdi Kanu make, just cool down. Wait for a while. You will see why he made that move. From the very first time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this project, he has never gone back. And he has never failed. There has never been any move Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made and he failed. And he never failed in this court. He stood before their court and told them, you cannot jail me. During the time of late Muhammad Buhari, he told them, you can't jail me in their own court. And I want you to watch and see how the zoo is going to be disgraced. That is why they are delaying, trying to make sure that he fails in his health. That is the only attack they can give him now. To make sure that his health fails him so that they can be able to do whatever they want to do. He has called their names. And everyone he mentioned his name is going to appear. And we saw a video where Wike was bragging and say he's going to come. Wike say he's going to come and answer. I pray that he comes. I pray that Wike comes and answer. Wike say he's going to come.
Honorable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, just quickly, the case currently ongoing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and you were listed as one of his witnesses.
Compelling witness.
Alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Dave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you're aware of this and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
If you say innocent Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list me? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are to attend that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wiki as one of your witnesses?
I have not finished.
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper. Nobody has had any process. Nobody has subpoenaed me. So because I saw wicked listed, therefore, I'm going to run helter skelter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, if I'm subpoenaed to come and give witness or to give evidence, I must obey the court. I must appear. But not on pages of newspaper. Nobody does that.
Excellency.
I also ask the parents why I should be listed. He who chooses me there, you should ask him the question. But if I'm supposed to come, go home and sleep. I will be there.
You have heard it. Wike say he's going to come, and we hope to see him there. I pray he doesn't run away, as he has claimed and said he will be there. I just hope and pray that he comes and face Mazi Nnamdi Kanu face to face. It's not just to make noise. So we are waiting on the court to invite the 23 of them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu listed. We want to see everyone. Wike has said that he's going to be there. So we are waiting. We are waiting. And the drama has just begun. When we say that the case have taken a new turn, this is it. And more things are going to unfold. More things that you have not had before. Some things that you have not had before, they're going to be exposed. So many things that you have not had before. There are so many informations that you have not had before. They will all be exposed in this case. They will all be exposed. And we will continue to bring these informations and follow up. No matter how they do it, we will follow them and we will
I'm doing fine because I can't be fine in a system that impunity has been entrenched as an institution on its own, where an IGP who charged minors for treason because they were asking for good governance, killed peaceful protesters, had the shameless temerity to ask Amnesty International to stop lying about what they did, and National Human Rights Commission reported. And such IG today believes that he has been insulted because she will record him illegal IG. But you can all see, I think Nigerians can all see that he's advertising publicly his illegality and illegitimacy. But the important thing is not even just the IGP, it's the system. We cannot continue in such a system and hope that our future holds the dream of Nigeria we have in our minds. Impunity reigns, there will be no progress. And that is why it is very important for all Nigerians to realize this point, there is no sitting on the fence. It's not allowed. We must all rise up and hold these leaders accountable and responsible at all times. Revolution now.
But Rex, some say the police have done the right thing by taking the case to court. Why are you against this move by the police?
Is there any right thing that the police has done from the inception of the APC in this country? Not even today. The police as itself was set up as a constabulary for the royal business of England. And since then till now, they have just been about guiding the bourgeoisie, the elite class. It has never been Nigerians. What of Okoya's son that was spraying money? Has he been charged to court? Just flying everywhere with the policemen scaling fences with masks have they been investigated? The ones that one lawyer was killed 2 years ago with her pregnancy of twins. What happened to the policeman? The one who raped a lady inside the police station, what happened to him? So let's stop deceiving ourselves by saying they have done the right thing. There's no right thing about injustice. What they are just doing is normal drama that we are used to. And if we keep deceiving ourselves and expect that these same people who are out will do the right thing, then we're not ready about our future. Look at Nigerians jackbarring every day. It's not because they don't love this country. They are losing faith, not even in the present, in the future. And some of them are ready to go and wash bomb for their children. So we cannot continue. I don't have anywhere to go to. I don't even have the money to start facilitating Japan. So if I'm here in this country, it's my country. I should feel free. I should have human dignity in my country. How can you imagine children being shot at with life ammunition for asking that we want good governance? Charged to court for treason. Such a country should tell you that even your own News Central, this is News Central, your journalists were attacking Lagos on air. What did you do about it? What did the police do right about it? They charge those people to court. They are the ones who use the same hoodlums around us. So the only problem we've been having in this country since is one, ignorance, and two, fear. When people say they divide us religion, ethnicity, and that, if we are knowledgeable enough Religion and the rest will not be our problem, because in the Senate House, in the National Assembly, Christian, Muslim, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, they all dwell there. They share SUVs without any problem. When people increase their constituency allowance, they forgot their party lines. They were all singing on your mandate, we shall stand. What about us? We, these oppressed people, when we decide that we too want to be united, already our sufferings are uniting us. Look at hunger, look at fuel, look at ground oil. So we must come to that point where we, you, the media, the security agencies, the civilians, must realize that Nigeria's liberation has become a responsibility for us.
Now, let me just cut you short here. Yes. Let me cut you short here. You made some demands. Can we get one or two of those demands?
We want, first of all, we must stop rewarding impunity. IGP Betoku should resign or be fired. The other DPRO, who is very, very unprofessional, should the what Ademuyiwa something jobby. He should be one on Twitter. He should resign or be fired from that position. This is bringing serious disrepute to the Nigerian state. Then Omo Eleshowore should be released unconditionally and immediately, and be apologized to, very importantly. So we want to send a very clear message to the government that it's not just about Showore. Nigerians are tired. There are just a lot of them who are so scared. They don't want to die. They don't want to. But already, if you look at people who have died from banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism, it's more in just the last 3 months. It's more than the people who have died from protesting since 1960.
You have seen it. This is a protest, but when you hear them, they speak. Nigerians are very good in talking. They speak eloquently, but when it comes to action, nothing is done. The earlier they realize that you can't save Nigeria, the better for you. The earlier people realize that you can't save Nigeria, the better. You cannot. There is nothing you can do to save Nigeria. That is why we are presenting a remedy to Nigeria, failed state. The only remedy to failed state Nigeria is Biafra. Once Biafra is recognized, the international community recognize our referendum, allow Biafrans to go. The Oduduwa people will go, the Middle Beltans will go, and the Arewa will be on their own. Peace will return to all the zones. The Arewa people will practice their caliphate peacefully, no disturbance. The Oduduwa people will practice their monarchical system peacefully, no disturbance. In Biafra land, we practice our secular system peacefully, no disturbance. The Middle Belt will practice what they want to do peacefully, no disturbance. Both, every one of them can still intermarry. We can still do business together. We can still associate together. We can still travel to both each other's place. But we respect our boundaries. When I'm going to Sokoto, I know that I'm going to Islamic country, and I will respect all the laws. Prepare myself. When I'm going to Oduduwa land, I will respect all their laws. Likewise, somebody coming to Biafra land, you respect our laws. That is how to do. This has been tried in Europe, it worked. In America, it worked. In Asia, it worked. Why are international community keeping silent and continue to allow people to die unnecessarily? Why have they remained silent, continue to allow innocent people to continue to die, all in the name of keeping Nigeria together? Even when they know that Nigeria is not one, can never be one, will never be together, will never agree. But they continue to force people together. This is an abomination of the highest order, and it is unacceptable. Very, very unacceptable. I thank Chukwu Okike today. The continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is exposing Nigeria more and bringing the people together to understand that it is not just about the Biafran people. It is not just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is about every individual, every indigenous person in Nigeria. It is about humanity. It is about humanity. The weighing in of Showore have dragged everybody into the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as if the strategy is a master stroke, as Showore is galvanizing every citizen towards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dragging all those criminals, dragging them out into the court. And there is no place to hide. My fellow Biafrans, we are going to win this battle. No matter what they do. No matter what they do. Nigeria is an illegal and illegitimate country. Very, very illegal and illegitimate. And we will continue to follow suit and continue to share information that we get so that you will know and understand that truly, truly, Nigeria is an illegitimate
How much time I have?
country.
But let me rounding up make this point. Recently, the media has been awash, right, by this quite sad news, unfortunate news, that some soldiers have been arrested, allegedly planning to stage a coup. I believe you have seen those reports. The question is, we don't want a coup in Nigeria. The point is that we don't want Nigeria. I'm totally against it. But can you say today that the Tinubu regime, the Tinubu government has not waged a coup against the constitution of our country? That can you tell me this morning that there is no coup against the democracy in this country? Because the moment you begin to say people cannot protest in the pillar, people cannot protest in the Igbo square, people cannot protest Sheku Shagari way, do you want Nigerians in Abuja to go to Sambisa forest to protest? Do you want people to go to the forest to protest?
All right.
This is a clear indication that this government has no respect for the rule of law. Look at the No Kings protest in US. Millions of Americans took over a lot of places in the US. Go to the White House today, you can find Americans protesting. Go to number 10 in London, you can find people in UK protesting in front of the Prime Minister's residence. What is sacred about the villa that Nigerians cannot protest? What is sacred about the National Assembly? If I cannot go to the National Assembly to protest, where am I supposed to protest? This Tinubu presidency, here is the president who took part in protest. Here are people in power, the APC, that came to power based on protest. Today, they are criminalizing protest, they are stigmatizing those who are holding placards, while the same government is romancing bandits that is using AK-47 to kill Nigerians, giving amnesty to criminals while attacking people that are holding a placard. This is not how to build a democracy. You cannot say you want a democracy, you don't want a coup, and at the same time, you are attacking the legitimate right of Nigerians to protest. Let the government be serious. Let us stop this weaponization of the legal system, trivialization of the rule of law, making a mockery of the judicial system. Enough is enough. Nigerians must be respected. The right of Nigerians to respect themselves is sacrosanct, and we are not going to relinquish on those rights.
Indeed, Mr. Effiong, critical issues that you have raised that should form the guardrails of our democracy. And this is where we aptly anchor this segment. And thank you very much for coming on the program. Mr. Enibe Effiong is a human rights activist and a lawyer. Thank you for coming through on this segment.
Thank you.
It is
Thank
not
you for having me.
It is not enough to talk. So many of them are talking. It is time to go to action. That is the difference between them and Showore. Showore is not only talking, he is in action. He's in the front line. Showore is not scared to be shot. He's not scared to be taken to prison. He's not scared to be attacked. They attacked him over and over again. Every minute Showore is going into the cell and coming out. And he is not stopping. How I wish we can have more 2 or 3 Showores. Every other person, they sit in their comfortable places and they talk and talk and talk with beautiful words and statements. But at the end of the day, when it comes to action, you will see nobody. The time has come for the people to take action, take their own destiny into their own hand. The people must take their destiny into their own hand. And I want us to hear this. I want us to hear this. Let us hear this from Dele Farotimi, what he has
Those
to
who
say.
are asking that the person who was abducted from another country, been granted bail by the court, they're saying, look, free this man. Even the politics of which should have informed the rulers of Nigeria that it's not good for optics, that you have real terrorists who have borne arms, killed multiple numbers of persons, completely unrepentant, who are busy walking around free. But a man who has carried the genuine grievance of his people, you may not like his methods. That's a different ballgame entirely. But how do you complain about his methods when you are mollycoddling even worse? How do you have this conversation about having one subject itself to a justice system that is manifestly unjust and incapable of delivering justice, while telling the other one to ignore the fact that there are worse criminals
even in terms of crime that are being ignored. It is the double standard that makes this argument difficult to stomach. There is a judicial system, quote and unquote, but that judicial system is completely blind to the crimes of one, and in the other one, you find a dissonance that suggests that, okay, so it's okay to treat this one like this, but it's fine to treat the other one in that manner. It is the uneven scale that makes this argument inequitable, even present in the first place. If everybody are treated the same, then we can have this discussion. Those who bear arms against the Nigerian state, who murder citizens in their beds, in their homes, on their farms, nothing ever happens to them. The Nigerian state is constantly talking about repentant terrorists. We have the most successful de-radicalization program in the entire wide world. We should be exporting it. But it is in Nigeria that those who presume to demand to be treated decently as human beings, governed and protected by law, are serially assaulted and murdered.
You have heard it. These are voices from Nigeria. So it is not only us speaking. The truth cannot be hidden. This is the Nigeria that Finland is working with. I say it and say it again, that European Union should dismiss Finland from their group. Finland is not supposed to be part of European Union. Finland is associating with the terrorist government of Nigeria. Finland is getting information and giving information to the terrorist government of Nigeria. European Union is supposed to expel Finland from European Union. They are not supposed to be there. They have no business being in European Union. A country that is actively working with a terrorist government, actively sharing information with a terrorist government. I hope they are hearing us. Look at all these videos I played. They are not Biafrans. These are ordinary people, ordinary citizens speaking their mind. And every one of them concur with what you are saying. They agree with our grievances. They agree with the points we are making. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I will destroy the zoo with a microphone without throwing a bullet. And that is what is happening today. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I will destroy the zoo with the truth, only with the truth. That is the weapon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. And that truth have turned them into pieces. This last change that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made, this last blow, we will see how they survive it. We will see how they want a case. They want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself. We shall see how it's going to end. And we continue to follow up. Wherever you are as a Biafran, we must continue to pray for our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His life is in danger. They want to take his life by all means necessary. The plan to take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is ongoing as we speak. But we must not keep silent. We must not pretend all is well. This plan they are making to take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not succeed. We must support him in our prayers. We must support him by campaigning. Use your platform. Share this video. Whenever you come to my platform, give a like and share. Make sure you share to at least one person. Make sure you share the video to at least one person. You never can tell who will hear us. You never can tell whether if it is that you're sharing that they will see. Because there is somebody out there waiting for these informations. Somebody is out there waiting for this information. We need one single person. Only one person can bring the change. Don't say that the West cannot do anything. Oh, every time we are talking, they can do something. There is in every country, there are still good men. There are good men that cannot stand injustice. There are good men that cannot stand. Look at Donald Trump today. Donald Trump, so many things that cannot be touched. He's touching them. The same way there are people who will come in there when they see about the injustice of Biafra, they can't keep silent. That is why it's important we continue to share. Don't ever be tired. Don't ever be saying we have shown too much. No, it can never be too much. It can never be too. Continue to share the information as many times as much as you can. Before we round up the program, let us hear this guy what he has to say. Let us hear one more video before we close up the program, so that we can take a rest for the weekend. It is already weekend and many people have so many assignments to do.
Has waited this long. I say it and I'm very, very vehement about it. Nnamdi Kanu has committed the kind of sin or the kind of atrocities, the kind of constitutional infraction any Nigerian has committed. Now, you have people like Sunday Igbo who was arrested with arms. Igbo is going about whatever he's doing. Now you have kingpins, whether they are bandits, whether they are terrorists, or whether they're anything they are called, they are free and going about their businesses. Nnamdi Kanu is simply expressing his constitutional and humanitarian right. And so to keep on caging Nnamdi Kanu or incarcerating him is not only the service to humanity, it's also a great constitutional crisis that will come into this country. Let me take it from this point. How do we explain a situation? A man who has stood up clearly that what he is fighting for is the marginalization, perceived marginalization of a certain set of people in this country. And it has a historical anecdote. Now, what is the historical anecdote? The certain people, the Igbo people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, over the decades have been marginalized in this country. It is not a matter of allegation. It is not a matter of perception. It is something that is as strong, as visible, seen everywhere. And Carlo has stood up as the only person that consistently over the years and had said to everybody that my people are suffering, that my people are not enjoying what they are supposed to enjoy in the country called Nigeria. And on account of that, he stood up and questioned the Nigerian state. So now, the Nnamdi Kanu issue is a multi-layered issue. First of all, you need to understand that there is a legal perspective to it, there is a political perspective to it, there is an economic perspective to it. There's also a socio-economic perspective to it. Now let's look at the legal side of it. This is a man that was arrested in 2022. 2021. When he was arrested, what was he arrested for? The charges were terrorism, treasonable felony, and managing an unlawful society. Now, those are the two things that he was accused of. Now, they went on trial. By 2017, he was eventually the court granted him bail and he came out. By 2022, when they attacked his house, the natural instinct for somebody to survive is to see how he can survive. It's just to find a way to exit the environment where he was being attacked. And so he fled the party scene, and he's fled not the particular scene. He found himself in the UK or wherever it is. And on account of that, they said he has run away. Now, the point being made is that while he was there, an arrangement was done to get him from Kenya, where he went to and brought him back to the country. Since then, the legal issue has remained the way it is. It's not been moving forward. It's not going back. There has been a sustained effort directed not only by the state, but there's some political interest within the Nigerian state, within the Igbo elite, within the political class to keep to put Kanu down. So, in the helicopter view, the Kanu phenomenon, the Kanu issue, is one issue that can consume the Nigerian state if it is not well managed. It is beyond the rhetorics we keep on talking about. The Kanu issue is an exemplary issue to show how we can manage a country. And if that is not done properly, if it is not done methodically, if it is not done with a sense of genuineness on the part of the Nigerian state, to see that they can have a political dialogue to manage the situation, it will definitely create more crisis. Of course, as we speak now, the Southeast is agitated. There is a plan of a protest that is coming up. Now, the nature and the reason the entry of that particular protest, that we're also trying to analyze. But the one thing remains that there is a very large number of population of Nigerians, whether they're from the Southeast, whether they're from the South, whether they're from the Southwest, whether from the North to the North. Everybody has one particular focus now to get Nnamdi Kanu out of the place. Then you ask yourself, why is it now that the whole focus, the attention is from Nnamdi Kanu to come out? Is it for the purpose of securing a political capital? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. Why would it be at the timing now that is happening? Whatever timing it is, we're all interested. What we're interested in is Nnamdi Kanu should be left off hook and let him rejoin not only his family. He has a right because as we speak, his health is bad and he has to go and take medical treatment wherever it is. So finally, regarding Nnamdi Kanu, my position is Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any sin which other terrorists in this country have committed. Nnamdi Kanu is not as worse as Sunday Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu is not as demonic as the line of terrorists that are lined up in the north. They're everywhere. Nnamdi Kanu is not as evil as the bandits that spread now. That you have a bandit that will come and have a meeting with the Nigerian state operatives. Yet Nnamdi Kanu, who did not carry gun, who did not do anything that is inhuman to speak. Like this set of people is kept incarcerated in a cell. It's time for Nnamdi Kanu to come out from the prison and we can move forward for a political dialogue on how we can reintegrate the Igbo people back to the nation state called Nigeria. There is a huge crisis among the political elites. Now, the lack of cohesion amongst the political elite is one factor that we need to also ask ourselves. Now, you need to find yourself, who are the governors of the Southeast? How did they get to where they are? You are talking about Mba, who just defected to APC. You're talking about Alex Uti. You're talking about Soludo. You're talking about several of the governors in the Southeast. Francis Wifre and Uzodema and the rest of them. Now, if I ask you one particular question, in your based on the assessment of all that has happened, do you think that Hope Uzodema would support the release of Nnamdi Kanu? There's no way he would support it. Why do you think so? Why I think so is because before his incarceration, you saw the battle, not only the media battle, you saw the punches, you saw not only the verbal punches, you saw the political volleys that was going on between himself and the governor of Imo State. Now, not only that, he sees Uzodema sees Nnamdi Kanu as one of those who had made Imo State ungovernable for himself. So no right-thinking or rational governor would want Nnamdi Kanu to come out. But it is time to understand that this is a statesman. I am now a statesman that governs the people, and these parochial things should not be features or factors that I should look into, but rather it should be things I will consider in a broader perspective. So to your question, why is it that people like Hope Uzodema, who is a governor, will not want Nnamdi Kanu? I've just addressed that. No, because that time he made it in the way that it became very uncomfortable for him to govern the state. So Hope Uzodema said. Now, for other governors, you need to understand the background of Oti himself. Oti is not a very noisy person. Oti is a very sound, professional, laid back, but organized political leader that is doing much in Abia, and that is his constituency. I do know of a certainty that OT has been at the background doing a whole lot for Nnamdi Kanu to come out, even though he might not come out in the media to talk about it. But there's a lot of work that's been going on the ground to see how Nnamdi Kanu will come out. First, it is his constituency, because that is where he comes from. Secondly, it will also be a political plus for him. Thirdly, it will now also bolster his chances of re-election. Fourthly, it will put him in a position to even get closer to the president and also to see how they can project the Igbo cause. So I see him being at the forefront of this particular campaign, but he is being also very, very cautious in his movement. Now, for people like I can see neither here nor there where he is. Of course, you should understand his political mentor, Umahi. Umahi is vehemently opposed to anything that has to do with the Biafra cause. So I do not see any difference. I do not see any impact. I do not see any way his boy to speak, or his political son will want to go to want to do what he doesn't want to do. So that's for Ebonyi. Now for Soludo, you know Soludo's position regarding this. Soludo does not take kindly to anything that has to do with this Biafran cause and all that, and he has voiced that over time. It's not hidden. His position is very clear. Now to your question, why is it that the Southeastern governors are reluctant to come out forcefully to now, as an umbrella body, to see how they can get Nnamdi Kanu out of incarceration? The answer simply is this: everybody is scared of his position of governor, and that how the impact on him, either during his re-election or the continual governance of that particular state. That is the reason. They're just being selfish about it, and that's where it stands.
Now you have heard what this man said, a lot of things that he has said. And from all indication, there are some truths in what he said, even though I don't agree with him 100%, but he made some great sense. And I thank Chukwu that people are beginning to reason, people are beginning to listen, and people are paying attention. My fellow Biafrans, everyone that is on this program, I urge you to please continue to pray for our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for his safety, security, and health. Also pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Pray for him for strength, for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, for Chukwu Okikabama to speak on his behalf. The plot to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never stand. Wherever you are as a Biafran, continue to pray for him. Don't hesitate to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no matter what happens. Tomorrow is Sunday. Every one of us will go to our various churches. When you get to church tomorrow, please pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let every one of us put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in our prayer. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is a prayer warrior. So when we put our faith together and pray, Chukwu Okike Abiama will answer us. Wherever you go in your church tomorrow, don't forget, pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for him the best way you can. I will also pray for him in my church because I'm a Christian. I'll be going to church tomorrow. So every one of us, when you get to your church tomorrow, pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do not forget it. If there is something you forget, not the prayer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is mandatory that we pray for him. And also pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For safety, for security, for health. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect us. We are going to see again tomorrow evening. I'm not going to have morning program tomorrow. On Sundays, I don't normally have morning program because I have to go to church, come back and do some other things. So evening, same time this evening, by 5 p.m. in the evening, we're going to be together. 5:30 p.m. in the evening, we will be together again tomorrow. And we will have our Sunday sermon of Biafra. So join me tomorrow, Sunday sermon. We still have a lot of informations to dispatch tomorrow. So be with us tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. in the evening for the evening service. For the sermon, be with us. We are going to do so many things that has to do with Biafra as we always do. If you have not shared this program, please kindly share. If you have not like, give a thumbs up. Very important. Radical evangelism is what we are supposed to be doing now to create awareness on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and the detention of Sowore. The detention of Sowore, these three things are key. We must continue to speak about it in our various platforms. Demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, unconditional release of Sowore, and unconditional release of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being with me. See you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu. Stay blessed and good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Who be that? I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jealous. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause na time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.